Alright, what is up everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you. I've already put up one video on the day. I wanted to make sure we had something like the time capsule of a time that we had together. I had a whole bunch of fun with my good buddy. He'll always be Luke Cage 29 to me, but as of right now, he's Luke Cara on Twitter. And then my good buddy, Zach, WWE Punk Fan 19. I honestly don't even know Zach by his YouTube name. I always think of In Zach We Trust, which he just recently changed. A big bad marketing brand change, I would say. But 3 minutes for this pay-per-view honestly wasn't what it was supposed to be. Honestly, they paid me a little bit of money for the show. I have to chip in the last little bit to cover the show, so I didn't have to pay $55 for this show. You know, honestly, I think that's how a lot of people watch pay-per-views, is get friends together. And if you did have to pay for this show, or mainly any other pay-per-view ever in time, by yourself, I feel bad for you. Once the network gets here, this is probably the last show that I'll ever have to order on my TV and pay for. And as a host, honestly, it sucks. I'm always very, very nervous that, you know, like Luke flew in an airplane to get here, and if my shit fucked up or something like that, I'd be really, really embarrassed. It sucks to be the host. But I was glad that he came and we had a whole bunch of fun. Once it got down to Rumble time, I mean, it was on like Donkey Kong. This was a really, really fun show. And honestly, the ending will ruin it for you for a while. I'm not the biggest fan of the Royal Rumble 2010. When Edge won the Royal Rumble. It's sort of a forgettable one. I always really think about the Straight Edge Society, CM Punk running the shit early on in the show. But it's one of the ones that I don't really normally go back and watch that much. And I don't think the Batista win will be like that either. Recently watched his other win, I believe it was Royal Rumble 2005 the other day. That was a lot of fun. Honestly, I guess we'll just start with that. I got a whole lot of problems with one of your biggest guys in your company, Daniel Bryan, and his whole yes movement. It makes no sense. His whole basic storyline is taking down the machine, breaking down what is the authority, Triple H and Stephanie, Vince McMahon, so on and so forth. Maybe even Linda's fucking in there. Basically, just trying to take them down because they wouldn't let him be WWE champion. He won the belt. I think he won it twice. He might have won it 3 times. I'm not 100% sure. The fall of Bryan fucking sucked, if that's what you want to call it. It's not I wasn't just talking about the season, but as a whole, the fall of Daniel Bryan really sucked. And the more they push him down, the more the fans want to pick him up. I mean, they were chanting for Daniel Bryan. Hell, they were chanting for anything else in the world other than what was in that ring tonight. They wanted no part of Batista. Hell, you should have even put Bryan in there and just had him just get eliminated in the final 4 guys. It might have saved the show, because honestly, Pittsburgh, I mean, you guys were on it. I mean, you guys pay your tickets. You guys should be able to cheer, boo, and whatever you want to do for anybody else that's out there. Anybody calls you a bad crowd, we've all gone to shows. We've all tried to hijack the show. We all cheer for our favorite guys. I'm a kind of guy, I like some baby faces. I mostly like heels. That's just who I am, I'm going to get into it with the kid sitting to the left of me because he wants to cheer for John Cena. And I love John Cena 9 times out of 10. But a lot of times, I want to see the other guy beat him. Not always, but most of the time, I have all the respect in the world for John Cena. But a lot of times, I'm rooting for the other guy that's going up against him. But, I don't know. When they did the interview with Randy Orton, Renee Young said Daniel Bryan has thrown his name into the Royal Rumble. Maybe I looked too much into the words they said, but Daniel Bryan should have been in this fucking match. They didn't really do the CM Punk stuff that I thought they were going to do. I know that Kane came in and took him down, and Kane is a part of the authority. But I really thought when Kevin Nash came down there, he was going to play up the fact that, he was Triple H's buddy. Maybe they went in there. But there was no real point of time when the Shield and Kevin Nash and Kane really worked together. Kane just... some people said that he came back and jumped the barricade. Some people said he came from under the ring. I'm not 100% how he got out there, but that's how Punk got dumped. We got to see the breakup of the Shield tonight, more than likely, with Dean Ambrose trying to eliminate Roman Reigns. They basically were hinting and telling each other that they were going to eliminate each other, but Roman got the wind of it when he dumped out. I guess they said they broke Kane's record, so he really did look strong. He was out there for the final things. If you were looking at Twitter, a whole lot of stuff is blowing up about Roman. when JBL was in the ring, he was one of the big surprise guys. It was him, Kevin Nash, somebody else that I can't remember. He said, "Here, Cole, hold my jacket." If you're like me, you wanted Michael Cole to grab his hand and pull him out. That is 100%, honestly, what I wanted to see. That would be so much, good stuff to build up for the next JBL and Cole show. But yeah, he got dumped. That was it. I mean, I don't know. We were looking at Twitter, and basically somebody read one of the tweets. I think it was Zach. That Warrior put out there, and that's what put the thing into us. And then when I really sat down and I read the tweet, it really didn't go the way that I thought it was, read the first time. Maybe it was just the way you hear it, maybe it's just the way you read it. But we were really hoping that we were going to see the Ultimate Warrior tonight. And with Punk being number one, I can see Punk going to management and saying, this is what you guys should do, this is what you guys should do, and have Punk versus Warrior number one and number two. That'd be something fun that I think CM Punk would really, really want. El Torito, honestly, he was really fun, and I think it was really cool what Punk and Fandango did for that guy. You can just tell that they love wrestling. They don't give a shit. Anybody who says that Fandango got buried tonight and looked horrible doesn't know anything about wrestling. There's always going to be a funny spot in every match, especially in the Royal Rumble. I mean, a few years ago, we got Mick Foley and the Sock versus Santino and the Snake, and that blew up, and that was awesome. But for some reason, El Torito didn't get over tonight. I didn't like that we didn't see any members of a three-man band. We should have saw Jinder out there. We should have saw Drew McIntyre. To me, that would have been really cool. But I don't know. All in all, I'm not happy with the winner because the one guy that I think is the company and has the biggest storyline that everybody wants to see didn't even get a shot to compete tonight. That's my major grief that's with there. Show opened. Well, I guess the show opened for us because we were watching the pre-show. With the New Age Outlaws beating the Rhodes Brothers. We saw... Oh, shit. What the fuck happened? I think Goldust accidentally threw out Cody, and then Goldust got eliminated in the Rumble, but then also, they lost the titles tonight. So this is going to be leading to them, not doing it. Maybe we'll see the Usos beat the Outlaws down the road. Nothing really big to say about this match. It just was cool to see the Outlaws with the gold again. And just maybe Triple H will get his wish of making the tag division mean something again. Daniel Bryan versus Bray Wyatt. Honestly, there was a whole bunch of people in the crowd chanting, "This is awesome, this is cool." Yeah, it was really cool when Daniel Bryan was in charge of the match, but when Bray Wyatt was in charge of the match, just beating up on Daniel Bryan, there was one point when I just wanted to be anywhere else except for there. I'm not saying that I'm not a Bray Wyatt fan. It just was very slow, very quiet. And I just wasn't into it. With the way it ended, maybe the last 2 minutes of that match was really, really good. The beginning part, it just wasn't me. I wasn't into it. Brock Lesnar versus Big Show. Lesnar took the chair, basically just beat the shit out of Big Show for the first few minutes of maybe just not even the match, but just first few minutes of what they were doing out there before the bell even rang. Lesnar beat the shit out of Kyoto. Show really got a few shots in. It was a pretty short match, but he did land the KO blow, which almost took Lesnar down. Lesnar picked up Big Show for the F5. He stumbled across the ring, was barely able to control having Big Show up on his shoulders, but it was like when he was out there shooting some big killer deer, and he had to bring it back to the ranch, just put it back on the things and walk it on back. But honestly, after the beating, that Lesnar gave Show, I'd be surprised if he's even back for Mania. He's going to be gone for at least a few weeks. But, a Mania without Big Show, 2 thumbs up for me. Love the guy. Very, very nice guy. And I was very surprised how well he treated me when I met him at SummerSlam this year. But, I don't know. He's not my guy. Randy Orton versus John Cena. Very, very slow start to this match. I don't know why. I know why. If they're going to sell royal tickets to come to Sacramento, California, I'm going to buy one. And, most of the time when there's stuff's, put out there, you're not going to know what, main event you're going to get because they sell these tickets 6 months in advance or something like that. But Randy Orton versus John Cena. I get it. Most of you guys don't like it because you watched wrestling in 2009 or so, and you've seen this once. You've seen it, 5, 6, 9, 10 times, however meetings these guys have had. But, honestly, John Cena and Randy Orton. Randy Orton's one of the most boring guys out there, and I don't like him that much. But when you sit there and you watch his matches, a lot of times he blows you away. I mean, I know it's the same match over and over, inside out and everything like that. And I know that even the spots that they hit tonight, with Orton hitting the FU and Cena hitting the RKO, we've seen before in a Raw match on TV. Yes, I get it. But they're two of the best wrestlers that's out there in the WWE, let alone in wrestling today. And they're going to go out there and they're going to give you a good match. You just have to shut up and take what they're giving to you and just check it out. There wasn't anybody booing at the end of that match because they blew people away. And it just sucks the way that people are going to remember it, that this was leading to WrestleMania 30. And honestly, I'd forgotten that the Wyatts came out until I just looked up on my screen and it said that Rowan was beating on Cena and Harper pulled him back in and whipped him into Cena and Harper hit the clothesline. That's right there. My eyes caught that and I was like, oh yeah, this is when the Wyatts came out and they beat the shit out of Cena. But, you know, hey, that's all in all. Batista got the win in the Rumble, so take that for what it is. But more than likely, I think if I go on and I watch some videos on YouTube, 9 out of 10 people are going to hate it. 9 out of 10 people are going to say the same thing I did. Daniel Bryan, you know, wasn't in the Rumble. But, hey, it was one hell of a weekend. Luke and Zach, peace out. Next up on the list, Click 30. What's up, Boston Brothers? What up, Ravi? What up, Justin? What up, Miguel? What up, LV? I got Instant Classic 8. D-Block. So on and so forth. Trademark. Well, fuck it. Yeah, there's 1,000 people that are going to be there. We're all going to have a ton of fun. Throw up the click symbols, and we'll get this done. Peace out. See you in New Orleans.